Hey people, this is Talem Splash, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy XIV. So in the last part, we did Sestasha. In this part, we're actually going to queue up for the next dungeon, which is the Tam-Tara Deepcroft. We unlocked it in the last episode. It's going to take 8 minutes to queue, approximately, as it says. So what I will do is, I'm going to cut, and I will meet you as soon as this queue pops. Sound good? Alright, I'll see you in a minute. Okay, it looks like our queue has popped, so let's head on into the Tam-Tara Deepcroft. I'm excited. Oh, I forgot my no webcam thing has my logo. I want to turn that off. That way you get the full cutscene experience. By the way, I'm using a new mic, by the way, so now I finally sound a little bit better again. Alright, so we got the Tam-Tara Deepcroft. So, this is a very fast dungeon. It's actually faster than Sestasha. I should say hi. Hi. Alright, there we go. Just gotta tell my new friendos that I am a friendly person. So, same deal. You just want to apply your DOS to each one here. So yeah, I don't know if I talked about it last episode, because it's been like a good week and a half since I recorded the previous one. But the Tam-Tara Deepcroft is currently being infested by this cult following called the Lambs of Dalamud, and they're basically people who think that, you know, I think that the world's, like, their salvation and the world's destruction comes from Dalamud, which is half true, because Bahamut came out of Dalamud. But yeah, they're a pretty weird cult, and thankfully we don't have to worry about them too much. We do gotta clear them out of this Tam-Tara Deepcroft for the good people of Gridania. Oh yeah, just AoE these down. Man, nobody said hi to me. Just silent. Yeah, sometimes it'll happen in dungeons. Like, you know, you'll be going around, and you'll get to a dungeon, you'll say hi, and then everyone else will be quiet. No one else will say anything. That's okay. It's not a big deal. Oh man, so much has happened in the past week and a half since I recorded. So I couldn't record for a bit because we had a friend that we were housing at our place stay for a little while, and I wanted to be courteous and didn't want to record when, you know, someone who wasn't used to me recording was there. So plus it would be just awkward for me as well. So I just figured, you know what, I have enough videos backed up where I can record. I think I only missed 2 days of uploading so far. And aside from that, it's been mostly like daily uploads on weekdays, which I'm really happy with. But yeah, right now, what is it? It's Thursday night, and it's not even that late. It's only 10:49 p.m. So yeah, I'm probably gonna record till like 1 o'clock again, probably. We'll see how far I get. We have one more dungeon after this, in this beginning portion of the dungeons, but they're not gonna take too long. Like, we'll be able to knock this dungeon out completely in this video, and the next dungeon in the next one. And it'll be easy stuff. Alright, so right over here, this is actually an optional room. Oh, I wanted to turn off the HUD layout. I wanted to go here. There we go. That way it looks better. Oh yeah, they're going into the optional room here. There's nothing in here but a treasure chest, but, you know, it can't hurt to just go and take a look anyway. Man, gotta love this generic battle music. Actually, the later dungeons, stop using this music, and they upgrade into another song, like I think by level 28. The dungeon that you do at level 28 and through to level 50, they have like a different song, and then after that, from some of the level 50 dungeons on for the rest of the game, they all have their own themes that loop throughout the dungeon the entire time, which is really cool, and that's how it is now. It's just, you know, early on, it was not like that. There was no specific dungeon theme, except for the intro part. Alright, I should probably be using my Raging Strikes here. Yeah, there's another Inic Varlet coming over, walking over. But, you know, this Dark Knight's doing a fine job holding aggro, as he is supposed to do. Yeah, I was thinking, I'm still not totally sure how I want to handle different jobs in this game, because part of me wants to, you know, show off each role a little bit. And I might go and show off each role, but I think for the main story, I'm going to stick with Bard and Machinist. But I will still, I think I'll still go ahead and unlock those other jobs. I may not show all the jobs story quest lines, But I'll at least show how different jobs play, you know, as we can unlock new ones. Like, I'll definitely unlock Gunbreaker when we get to Gunbreaker, just so I can show off how Gunbreaker plays, as opposed to, like, you know, a job like Archer, or Bard, rather, which functions very differently, because this is a DPS and Gunbreaker's a tank, and, you know, just stuff like that. It'd be pretty fun. Anyway, here's the Void Soul counter. Yeah, so this is just another Void Scent. Interesting how the, I'm not really sure how the Lamps of Dalamud are able to get Void Scent here. Unless, like, they didn't and they were already here to begin with. I'm not really sure. I have to look a little bit more into the lore. I have the lore book, and it's at my work office right now, so I can't go and look at it, because I'm not allowed in my work office right now because of quarantine, you know, the good old virus going around. So that sucks. Let's just go ahead and examine this cultist orb. So yeah, I can't go and look at my lore book because it's stuck there. We got a hat. Okay. Not a hat I need, but I will pass it. I don't think anyone's gonna need that. The lamp? No, the lamp. That's a Disciple of Magic hat, so you won't need it. All right, so let's go and get this Mightling dotted up, and now we can just use our quick knock and have a nice easy time. So yeah, I told you this dungeon's super fast. I would say we're already almost halfway through, and what, we're like 10 minutes in only. And that was with the waiting time, so probably a lot less than that. This is actually the dungeon that a lot of people will go and do when they want to speed through like a level 1 through 49 dungeon for like certain endgame content like Wondrous Tales and stuff, and they want to unsync it. They'll go to this one, or Orem Vale. I find Orem Vale is also very quick when you unsync it. We'll get there eventually. We won't be getting to Wondrous Tales though until level 60, so that's more future stuff to look forward to. Oh, there's 3 enemies. Hold on. There we go. Oh, we got another Akhmina Varlet here attacking me as well. Ooh, I love doing this with my camera, just spinning around as I'm shooting and somehow hitting all of them. It's good fun. Please, peel that off me. Good Dark Knight, sir, thank you. Yeah, you can see here, if over here, if this dot is green, that means he's not aggroing you. But if it's red, that means he is. And if it's orange and has a different symbol, that means he's getting close to, like, focusing you as the target, but otherwise they're not yet. So, okay, yeah, we're doing a full pull through here. That's very kind of this person to go and do a full pull of the dungeon, because I'm actually going and, you know, recording this. Not that they would know. These poor people don't know that they're being recorded, which is fine. They're doing just fine. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and get this treasure chest too. And we got a plundered leather belt. Oh, actually, I'm going to take that. And we leveled up. Cool. Because my current belt is not as good. It's only a level 12 belt, so yeah, it's a very good belt. And I think, what level did we hit? We're level, we're synced to level 19. Yeah, let's put that on that way. Oh, where did they go? They're going this way. Is this the right way? Yeah, it is. Okay, I'm just making sure. I don't have the map on, which adds to the immersion, but also can mean that you can get lost if you're not careful. At least in my case, but thankfully I'm not a tank, so I don't have to worry about getting lost. Not that there's much to get lost here. If you look at the map, it's a linear pathway, which is why I like to turn the map off, because it totally adds to the immersion, and if you're not seeing where you're going exactly, it's that Final Fantasy 13 effect. Like, you turn off the minimap in FF13 as well. The linear portions of the game are so much more compelling, in my opinion. Foe Striker's Tabard, okay. Do you want to take that for glamour? No, it's basically a different color swap of this one. I like this one better. And gear-wise, it's exactly the same, so I'm going to pass it. And they left without me again. Right, I'm just going to go this way. There we go. See, I get too busy talking. I'm not paying attention to where the party's going. Alright. So here we got our, what's the third boss? I don't even remember anymore. This dungeon's a blur. I think this is the second boss. And it's basically the same thing. It's the same boss that you fight as the first one, where you take out the Gravediggers and the Dalamud Priest, and then another Void Scent's going to spawn afterwards. So here's the Void Scent soul counter. There we go. here to block the cultist orb, protect the cultist orb from our disabling. Actually, we're activating the cultist orb because each one that we activate here, there's another one, or 2 more over there. If you see, each time we turn one off, the little darkness ball up there is getting a little bit weaker. Yeah. Alright. Don't forget to reapply your dot. And there you go. Easy stuff. Oh, I just realized I don't have limit break on my bar. I'm gonna go and stick that on really fast. In case you ever need to use it. I'll just take it here for now. The limit break I haven't talked about before. It actually is shared across the party, so if I use it, then nobody else can use it. Like, it's gonna spend it it's for the entire party. We gotta examine the orb. Examine the orb. Okay. So yeah. So for me, since I'm an archer, if I use it, it's gonna be a line AOE LB. But if, say, the Lancer here were to use it, it would actually be a single target heavy hitting limit break. So the LB changes depending on what job you are when you use it. A healer one would actually like either heal the whole party, or if they have like 3 bars of limit break, it'll fully raise the entire party. And if you're a tank, it's higher protection and mitigation, depending on how many bars of limit break you have there. So, yep, that's a little bit of limit break stuff. We're totally going to see full limit break usage in the future. Like, it's bound to happen. Probably not anytime soon, but at some point throughout this LP, we're going to see so many limit breaks, especially when we get into the level 50 content and beyond. Oh man, so many good opportunities to use it. Even for Archer or Bard and Machinist and Dancer, like, for our role, there's so many cases where we'll have to use it. Oh, see, this means I'm almost about to rip aggro, and now it's back to green. So that's how you can tell, you know, if you have aggro or not. And if you're the tank, you want to make sure they're all red, so that way you have the aggro and everything. That's the most important thing for your role. Okay. So now let's just low-level archer is so simple. It's gonna get so much more complicated though as we move on forward. Like, I know we only have access to some skills right now, but by the time we're level 50, it'll be a lot more interesting. And even after that, like, it's that, like, the level 80 rotation makes level 50 seem like it's nothing too. So, like, it's the way that the jobs work in this game are so interesting. They just keep getting better and better. I need the water. Oh, there's one more Akhman of Varlet over there. I'm gonna go ahead and dot that one too. Okay. Oh, we're not getting that extra room? I guess not. That's fine. We don't really need, like, that's just another side room that is not necessary to go down. So I doubt. Oh, we are going to it. Okay, we're doing the full clear. That is fine by me. We'll go and get this chest. Alright, so we have a plundered halberdian. That's for tanks, or a lancer dragoon, so that lancer can take it. And here's a pugilist weapon, which is the monk job. We are not monks, so we're not going to take that. I'm gonna be honest. They're gonna change monk in the future, so by the time you're watching this, it's probably very different. But as it stands right now in patch 5.3, I'm not a huge fan of monk. It's actually my least favorite job in the game. I don't dislike it entirely. I would rather play every other job in the game rather than monk, in my opinion. And it's funny because monk was actually the very first DPS job I got to level 50 back in Reborn, and I really liked it then. But it hasn't, like, the way that they've evolved monk throughout the expansions, I don't like how, like, stale it feels. Like, it almost feels the same way that it did at level 50, which isn't bad, which is why I say I don't dislike monk. I still think it's fun. I just don't think it's a super compelling job, which is interesting because it's also probably the hardest job to play in the game. If you want to be optimal and good, like, playing monk perfectly is so difficult because there's so many positionals you have to watch out for and everything, and it takes so much brain power But yeah, I don't know. I just don't find it super satisfying personally anymore. So, but yeah, I don't know. Like maybe my tune will change because they did say that they're working on a monk revamp by patch 5.4, which is gonna be in, I want to say, like late November 2020. That's about when patch 5.4 will come out. So if you're watching this after that point, then monk might be great then, and I don't know. I'll have no way of knowing because I can't tell the future. But so we can't get the sealed barrier until we have to go this way first and get the key to open that barrier. So we got to go this way, which Sensei Neko, our wonderful Dark Knight, will show us the way. Man, I got something stuck in my eye. Don't know what it is. All right, so here is a perfect opportunity to do some good AoEs. So we got 4 enemies. Beautiful. Yeah, it's so nice. It's just like Saz's Blitz. I honestly wish that the Machinist spread shot was Saz's Blitz from 13. That would be really cool. Unfortunately, we just got spread shot, which I will show you whenever we unlock Machinist in the future. Oh, don't let that Dark Knight die. Whew. That was close. So yeah, we grabbed this rosary, and now with the rosary, we can go unlock that little gate that was up ahead. So easy stuff. So here we go. Use the cultist rosary. All right. So now, yeah, our third mini boss of the dungeon. It's exactly the same, except there's more. That's fine. I really hope they wait for me to watch the cutscene. Some people will wait for you to watch the cutscene, and others will just go on ahead. I think either way, my policy for watching cutscenes in dungeons is I'm going to watch the whole thing regardless of whether or not they skip ahead of me. Just because I don't want to skip story. Not that there's much story here coming up in the cutscene that's about to happen, but it's just the boss spawning. And I want to show it because I think it's interesting. So hopefully, if they're kind, they will wait. I was doing the level 24 dungeon on an alt the other day, and I watched the cutscene, and by the time I got out of the cutscene, the other people didn't wait, and they had already killed the boss before I even got to the boss, which is really sad. I'm really hoping that doesn't happen when we get to that dungeon, which won't be too long from now. Probably within the next, like, 10 to 15 parts, we're going to get to that dungeon that I'm talking about, which I don't want to say the name of. It's not really a spoiler, per se. It's the level 24 dungeon, but still, I want to keep stuff for the most part as much of... I don't want to, like, spoil... I want to spoil as little as I can in the story for those of you who are watching who haven't seen the story before, because the slow burn is nice. Alright. Okay, there we go. Yeah, they waited, which is very nice of them. Another Foe Striker's Tabard. And we got our achievement for mapping the realm of the Tam-Tara Deepcroft. Nice. Alrighty, so now we just wait for our party to get here. So this boss actually has a few more mechanics than the last one, the one that we did in Sestasha. Oh, your tank stance is not on, Mr. Dark Knight. Or Miss Dark Knight. Let me tell them. Stance. There we go. Just so they know. So when they tether, you want to kill the thing that's tethered to it because it goes invulnerable until you kill the ad that has it tethered to it. So just like we learned in the Hall of the Novice, you just got to kill ads when they spawn. Really simple, but it's kind of interesting. It adds an extra layer of strategy to like this early level boss. And this is something that's going to be happening in boss fights a lot down the line. So, as far as teaching a new player what it means to have to kill ads, I think it's a very good thing. It makes it so you can't just burn the boss down. You actually have to do mechanics a little bit, and I like that. Alright, so yeah, I would prioritize the tethered one. The ads that aren't tethered, they can just be killed after. They're not a huge thing to worry about. They will, pile onto the tank, which I hope gets healed. Yeah, there we go. But this thing has to die, and I don't think the Lancer knows that because he's not going for the tethered thing, so I'm glad that I'm doing it. Okay. But he did kill the other ads, so that's good. Now we can just get right back on to attacking Galvanth, the Dominator. This reminds me of that one, there's like a boss in Final Fantasy 15 that you fight. I don't think it's in the main story, I think it's like a side thing. Like a hunt or something. And he looks just like this, like he uses a very similar model. But he is so difficult because if he like gets his glare off at you, like you get like so many status effects, I remember. Man, that was difficult. That was a difficult fight. Alright. Man, I could use some help on these inconspicuous imps, my friends. That's fine. Are they just attacking the boss? No? Okay, I don't think they are. He's taking out the other trash, so that's good. Just continue on taking out these imps here. Okay. Oh! The voice I ended up choosing kind of sounds like Link's, I realize. In a very, like, light way. Not entirely, just a little bit. It sounds like adult Link a little. Alright. Let's keep on dealing our damage here. We don't have Element Break yet, so I can't show it off, which is fine. I don't think we're actually going to get it because he's about to die here. That's fine. We did it. Nice. We level up again, too. Oh, he did. He did. Cool. Alright. So let's see what loot we get. Hey, we learned Head Graze. Nice, that's a good one. So there's Foe Striker's Boots. I don't need that. And Plundered Battle Axe. That's a warrior. That's another tank job. We're not a tank, so we're going to drop that. And I'll give the commendation to the healer, I suppose. And as always, thank you for party. And I'm out of here. Cool. So, there we go. We did the Tam-Tara Deepcroft with plenty of time to spare, actually. Actually, not too much time to spare, but we're going to continue on anyway. Let me just switch my HUD layout back to HUD layout 1. And we're going to go report to Mione. So, I will meet you. I'm not even going to cut. We're just going to teleport right there. We're just going to teleport directly. And I think what we'll do is we'll go and unlock the next dungeon, because like I said, the next dungeon's like right after this one. So might as well just take care of it now. So in the next part, we can dive right into the Copperbell Mines, which is... Oh, I didn't want to say the name of the dungeon, but whatever. That's the next dungeon. Man, it's going to be really hard for me to avoid like light spoilers like that as I'm going through this, because it's such commonplace knowledge to me. Alright. Welcome back, Meteor. I'm reliably informed that your foray into the Deepcroft was a success. Nor did I expect anything less. You've made such a habit of succeeding that it's difficult not to take your talents for granted. Rest assured, however, Mother is impressed, even if she isn't surprised. Bowlord Lewin asked me to pass on his thanks. I must say, it's something of a relief to be able to call upon such a capable adventurer. Sadly, death has ever become an ever more common occurrence within our fraternity of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we are hard-pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves, with predictable consequences. As if to illustrate the point... Avir's gone, and it's all your fault. If it hadn't taken you an age to heal him, he would still be alive. But I tried. He bolted out of range before I could even finish the spell. He shouldn't have been so hard-pressed in the first place. We should have done more to lighten his burden. Bah! To hells with this pathetic excuse for a party. I'm leaving, and it'll be too soon if I never see your faces again. Goodbye and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing, but you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel though this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. Oh, and by the way of some parting advice, get rid of Avir's head. Bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hells you like with it, but for God's sake, stop carrying it around. It's just get rid of it, alright? Wait, don't leave me alone, please. I'm so sorry, Javier. Please forgive me. Oh. Scenes like this have become all too common. That makes a dozen times in half as many days. Now you see why I'm grateful for adventures of your experience. I can send men like you on a mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much at any rate. Speaking of missions, I would entrust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Ul'dah. She seeks the services of a reliable adventurer, and you are nothing if not reliable. If you think you might be interested in this task, say the word and I will be glad to share the details with you. Alright. Cool. You know what? I think we will end it off here, and in the next part, we will do we'll start the next quest, because I think that was a really good stopping point, seeing that cutscene with Etta. So, alright. Yeah, sounds good. I'll see you in the next part. Let me turn on my webcam. Alright, take care, everybody. Later.